decided I'm going to load this video up. I'm going to tell y'all a story that happened to me when I was I had to be about 14, yeah, about 14. Um, and I used to live up in Connecticut. I used to go to a school called Weaver High School. And I remember I used to get into a lot of fights in my freshman year up at Weaver, and I used to beg my mother, to send me to one of the white schools because I just didn't want to, I already knew, for me being in middle school, that I was going to run into the same people that I ran into middle school and high school. And I didn't want to go there. I wanted to go a different route, but my mother wouldn't listen. She ended up sending me to regular school while my older sister ended up going to the white schools out in West Hartford. So I remember, running to, some of them same enemies, that I had that were over there. And so anyway, this one particular one I got into it with one day, and ever since that day we was enemies. So anyway, one particular was a Friday. I never forget, it was a Friday right around, I want to say it was probably around October, November. It was raining, and I remember walking to school because I had woke up late, and I was walking to school. And if you ever see Weaver High School, it has a huge parking lot before you even get to the school itself. So anyway, I'm walking through the beginning of the parking lot, and a lot of times you have people that ditch school. Some of them park right over in the front of right over in the edge of the building, way away from the school, and they smoking weed or whatever else that they do in the car. So security, nobody see them. So anyway, I'm walking down the street. I'm walking through the parking lot, and I see this nigga. His name is John Money. It was somebody that, matter of fact, I got into a fight with in Lunch Wave. So he see me. He with this dude named Al Canada. So what's going on? All right. So yeah. So John Money walk up on me and says, "So what's up?" I'm like, "What's up?" So what's going on? And he was like, "Yeah, so what's up with all that shit you was talking last time, right?" So I'm like, "What's up?" And he slapped me. He slapped me, and I was outnumbered. He had like 3 or 4 dudes, right? And then the dude, Al Canada, was sitting there laughing about the whole thing. Called me a punk and all this other stuff. I said, all right, okay, cool. I said, I'm going to see y'all niggas again. And so I was heated. So I had to go to the principal's office and noticed the side of my face was red. And, I was like, man, I just got into a little disagreement with somebody. They wanted to know who. They wasn't going to let me do it anyway, but they wrote me up, I guess, for coming in late or whatever the case. So all the trouble I just went through, and y'all still going to write me up for coming in late. So they let me go to my class. So I remember all day I was heated. So, in between, changing classes and stuff, I was telling my homies what happened. So anyway, later on that night, we find out that there's a party in the hood, and they like, man, come on, man, let's go up here, blah blah blah. I'm still heated. I'm still talking about what happened, and all the homies I done told what happened to me. Like, we want to go get revenge on these cats, but we, like I said, whenever we seen them sooner or later, it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna run into them sooner or later. So anyway, what would be my chances of running into one of them that night at that party? So we walking up the street, and I see this red BMW, and I recognize it from my little incident earlier. I'm like, wait a minute, that's that nigga Al Canada's Beamer, right? So we get up in the party, we go downstairs in the basement. Most of the houses, down there, they got basement, they be held in basements. So anyway, we go up in there, and the homie Dave, I guess he must be cool with this dude, right? So, my homie Kwame and a couple other dudes that's with me, they was like, go get at him, right? So, me, I'm pissed. I'm like, what's happening, blah, blah, blah. So this nigga jumped back. I mean, he was like, he wearing He was wearing a red bomb, a red goose jacket. A lot of people don't, from the West Coast don't know, but goose jackets is these big ass leather jackets that got goose feathers in them, you know. And he was wearing that and some red sneakers. He kind of looked like one of the dudes from Ready for the World. If you ever see Ready for the World, niggas with the Jerry curls. But anyway, so when I see him jump out at me, I don't even wait. I just take off on him. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Fired his ass up against the wash and dry, right? So they trying to separate me. Me, like I said, I'm like a little Wolverine. I'm trying to get at him. And so they like, man, you better get him off me, man, before I blast him, right? So they separate me from him, right? And everybody want to know what happened and stuff. And I'm telling them, I say, dudes jumped me earlier, blah, blah, blah. And this dude sitting up here with a little mouse under his eye and stuff, right? So I told him, I said, you know what? I said, when I see your boy, I'm going to whoop your boy ass. That's what I told him, straight up like that. So later on, maybe a couple of weeks later, after, Thanksgiving or whatever, I believe, yeah, it was, matter of fact, I want to say it was November when this happened, because Christmas came a couple of weeks later. So anyway, I go to, it's Christmas morning. Mom's bought me some brand new red and black suede Pumas. She gave me a red sweater, some blue 501 Levi's, and I go downtown with my cousin Topaz. There's this place called the Richardson Mall. And they sell like the bomber jackets, the sheepdog coats and all that stuff for all y'all from the East Coast that know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so walk up in there. And, I'm with my cousin Topaz. Topaz, she an OG from out there. She know a lot of them dudes from the avenues, from this particular neighborhood. And we walk up in there, because we're going to go, I got a little money. I'm about to, go ahead and go spend something. I look, and I see this nigga Job Money. You talking about a Christmas gift already wrapped up? Nigga, I walked up on him. I'm like, what's happening? I ain't even finished. I just started drilling him. So now I got like the store manager, 2 helpers, and my cousin trying to pull me off of this nigga. So they separate us, right? And they pull us off, each other, right? So I'm walking out the store, and there's like that Italian all-you-can-eat place called Charo's or whatever the case. So I cut through Charo's, and I'm walking out the front, and all of a sudden, I just look to the left, and I just see like a blur come flying at me. This nigga rushed me. Bang! So we fighting like in the damn, mall, like right in the the doorway of the opening of the mall, and I'm drilling him. I'm putting hands on him. I'm doing like a tap dance on him with these hands. That was one thing about me. I could say, at the age of 13, 14, I had some hands. And I remember they separated us again. This time I had them leaking, mouth leaking, everything. And then I look up and I realized I got this dude Kango in my hand. And I was like, you know what? Nigga, I ain't giving you nothing. I ain't giving you nothing, nigga. I said, this Kango mine, nigga. It's a trophy, nigga. I walk off. And he's like, man, give me my Kango back. My Kango back, mouth leaking. Walking down the street trying to hold his mouth, blood all out of his mouth. And my cousin was like, give him his Kango back. So I threw his Kango back to him. I said, yeah. I said, we're going to run it back again, too, when I see you. Right? So, the craziest thing about that is, like I said, word got out about me after that day. A lot of them little cats down there, from the avenues wanted to get at me. But I can honestly say that was my best Christmas present ever. For me to get some people say, oh, Christmas is a day of peace. How could you say that? Listen, if you from a neighborhood like me, and you from the area that I grew up in, where we use our hands to settle differences, not pistols, trust and believe that was, to me, the best Christmas gift, because how would I know that I would run into this dude in the mall? What would be the chances after what he did to me that I would run into him in the mall. And I can tell you from that day, I earned a whole lot of notoriety that day. And, I apologize for the cursing in the video earlier, but, I just basically trying to narrate it the best way I possibly could. I may even go back and do another one later, but I just wanted to let y'all know, like, yeah, I've been through some stuff, and you think that story is crazy? I got other ones. I mean, that I can tell you. Even my little juvenile days when I went to YA, and what led up to me going to YA, it was going to throw you guys for a tailspin. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was always getting in trouble. And I say this to all those little kids and those youngsters, and that one that you always see that gets in trouble and you think he won't amount to nothing, that's going to be the one that surprises you. And one thing I can tell you about a lot of those kids that that you see getting in trouble all the time, a lot of them dudes are smart. You hear about the kids, the dudes that getting the most trouble, those are the ones that got, one of, some of the best stories ever. And not only that, they have life experiences that they can share, but a lot of them squander them because they don't know how to harness that gift. They're too busy getting in trouble, trying to put in work for the hood, trying to put in, be loyal, and come to find out that loyalty's not returned. You know what I mean? And I learned that the hard way too. And like I said, in a lot of my upcoming videos, like I said, not only will I be sharing my life, but I'm gonna be sharing some life lessons to go along with it. Because I can't give you something, that sounds braggadocious without giving you a moral to it. You know what I mean? Because everything I went through, I've sacrificed something. I've given up something, and I've learned something in the course of all of that. You know. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that. But like I said, what would be the chances of me running into him in the mall? And like I said, when I put hands on that fool, I put hands on him. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I have several more to go. Like I said, I still might do another one tonight. Depends on my my what's the word I want to use? Depends on my mindset tonight. Maybe I might come up with another video, something that I remember, and I want to share with y'all. But hopefully you enjoy this one. Talk to y'all later. One.